Let us create a normal finance and operation project right here. We call this expert B2 training. Okay. Let me just put this as a model. Expert B2 training. Okay. Before this, let me just check one more thing also. Give me a moment. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, first let us create a normal class here. Let me call this to be EXP B2 service. Okay, so this B2 service, I'm just going to create a simple method which is going to take input and it's going to give a output. Probably a normal calculation method we can take actually. Public void and public. I can say that it's going to be real. It's going to be real and it's going to compute the tax. Compute tax. So I'm just going to get real base amount. Okay. And first I'll just get customer name, customer real base. Okay. So I'll just do some calculations right here. Let me call this the real base and tax amount equal to 10. Okay. So equal to amount plus amount divided by 10. So it is going to return some string, let's consider. Okay. So I'm just going to put a string format. Okay. So I'm just going to say this for this particular tax for sales order, comma, just to make sure, okay, if all the informations are coming out. Computer total. Okay. So it's a normal method which is going to take 10 as a tax amount. Okay, this we are not using. Okay, I'll take it off. Okay. So it's going to take like the 10% of tax it is going to have. So by the amount by 10 and plus the particular amount, it's going to return this particular value. Okay. So this is a very simple method. It's going to have two inputs and it's going to have string as an output. That's it. Okay. Now, if you want to expose this outside, how will you be using this in the your normal classes? You can just create a what is it? Object for this particular class and you can just start using it outside, right? That's the way you will be doing it in other areas. So now if you want to expose this as a service, then under this AOT, there is a services node available, which contains service and service group, two things. Okay. Service is something like an individual service. Let's say that tax computation is a service. Okay, within this you can compute the tax, add tax. Okay, you can get only the tax value. Basically, this is the computed total tax we can call total tax. We can actually create another method like this, compute only tax, so that I don't need to like, okay, put the amount in front of this. I can just say amount by 10. That's it. This is the computed total basically. So you can have multiple methods under this actually, and that method can be grouped under services. Service group is something like tax computation is one service actually. Okay, and regarding to this sales order, we can have another service also, get a on-hand information, get a sales order information. So like this particular class, we can have many other classes also can be created, and those can be grouped under a area called service group. Okay, so since we are maintaining this for a tax, let me rename this also to have EXP B2 tax service. That will make more sense. Let me rename this to tax service. Okay, perfect. So now we have this. Now I'm going to expose this outside. So for that, I'm just going to create a new object here, new item. Go to services, service, and here, let me call this to be expert B2 tax service. Add it. Now it is asking for the service operation. This particular service operation is nothing but the methods actually. So we can expose how many methods. Before doing that, this particular service has to be associated to a class. So from where the service operation should be picked up from. So it is going to be picked up from EXP B2 tax service. Now there are two service operations I can add. You can have a descriptions here called like this is a tax service, or we can call this to be EXP tax service. External name, how externally it will be identified. They call it as a namespace sometimes. Okay, tax service. Namespace is nothing but grouping of all the services. Okay, it contains, if you used in Visual Studio, .NET if you work, there will be a namespace under which multiple classes will be available. Okay, that's what it is. So here we can have a service operation added. So now I'm going to add my method name here. Okay, I had a, okay, there is a spelling mistake, compute T total tax. So let us fix that out and come back first. It is compute total tax. Fine. Now I'm just going to have two service method, total tax. So I can give the same method name right here. Okay. And I can have one more, that is compute only tax. Okay. So two things. Now, if you want to expose this outside, it has to be part of a service group. Let's say that you can consider something like the user, the security rights cannot be assigned, but for a user group, it can be assigned, right? It's similar to that concept. Service cannot be exposed outside. It has to be part of a service group. Within that, there can be multiple services. For example, like if you take this one, this has got only one. Let me say about TS timesheet is a classic example. If you go to this TS timesheet service group, here it has got submission service and approval service. Okay, so if you go to the approval service, only the approval related activities will be available here. So if you go here, TS timesheet approval service, these are many operations available within this. There are many operations within this. This will be a separate class and this will be a separate class altogether. Okay, so you can arrange it according to you, whatever you wish. So now we achieved the first step, that is like by creating the services. Next thing is that like we will try to create a service group for it. So let me call this to create a new service group, add a new item, EXP B2 sales service group or sales order service group, whatever. Now in the service group, you'll have to just add a new service, and the service whatever you created just now will be a reference here. So exp b2 expert b2 tax service. Okay, that's all. Okay, I used expert right here. That's okay. Fine. And this service group name, we will just give the same thing, expert b2 service group. Okay. And after this, we'll have to give a property here called auto deploy will be no. We'll have to set it to yes. So that automatically when you build, it will be deployed. The service will be deployed. Okay. So when you go to the description, I can say exp sales order service group. Save it. Okay. Any questions till here?
That's a clear point.
Yeah, right. Okay. So now we'll just go back and try to deploy this. So I'll just do a rebuild. Let it get rebuilt.
Hi, Partha, one small question now.
Mhm.
Here, I have 2, 3 services. I can tag under this, right? Under this
Mhm.
group,
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what.
Yes, that's what I said. Like, so here we go to the service group called TS timesheet service group.
Yeah. You saw that.
There we have one or many can be added here actually. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now it looks like, okay, this got succeeded. Let us go to the UI. Okay. So first we'll normally load the UI. So you guys worked on OData.
No, Partha. Yes.
Not right. Okay. No problem. Okay. It is loaded. Now, to access the service, I want to check, okay, what are the different services that are available in the system. Then I can put after the URL /API/services and do an enter. Now, this will list me all the list of services that are available. These are service groups basically. Nothing but whatever you see in this area. Okay, it will list down all the service groups from here, this area. Okay. Now, logically, what is that? Within the service group, services should be there. So first we'll try to find out EXP, is there any service group available? Yeah, this we just created, right? EXP B2 sales order service group. So we'll just go one further level inside and check what are the services that are available within this. So we created an expert B2 tax service available. Yeah, so we can just go inside further. And it will list down 2 operations. You had compute total tax and compute total tax, only tax. So again, I'll just go inside this to see what definition it has. Okay. So now this gives me an option like these are the response parameter. Like it's going to respond as a string, but as an input, okay, you're going to give 2 things actually. So one is sales order number and amount. Then it's going to return the string type for you. So the input should be within this particular name. It should have a name called underscore sales order and underscore amount. That is an idea. Okay. So now the first step of our PPT, okay, we told, right? That has been done. Whatever we have to do in finance and operation, that has been completed.